So the idea is that I would like to start a network of backyard gardens in the style of the Victory Gardens from World War II, and I would like to inspire as many people as possible to grow as much food as possible to distribute for their personal consumption and then also to distribute to those in need.
March 20th, 2020. A pandemic-related shelter-in-place order is about to be issued for Illinois. I'm out at John McNally's farm along with my teenager, Sage Johnson, who's a senior at Urbana High School. We're here to volunteer some time for Operation Groundswell.
This shed is where we're going to be working for doing some seedlings. Got a table.
Sage starts the interview.
What's your project?
It's called Operation Groundswell, and the whole point of it is to grow as much food as possible in a short period of time to help alleviate food access issues that people are inevitably going to be experiencing from being unemployed, now that there's millions of people who are currently unemployed. That, and I'm also attempting to set up a network of backyard gardens in like the style of Victory Gardens, like what happened in World War II, in order to help increase food access for people. So I'm going to grow as many seedlings as possible to be distributed on a donation basis, and I'm also putting together as many informational resources as I can to distribute to people. So if they don't know, they can learn, and you can get started hopefully as soon as possible. Yeah. We have these coir plugs, and they all fit in here, one per plug. Gonna fill these trays up completely, and then we're gonna put 2 seeds per cell, and then we're gonna label each one with a variety and the date that it was seeded. And in order to have a steady supply, we're going to seed some flats every week. You don't have to do that, but that's what's going to happen in order to have a staggered harvest.
While Sage puts soil and seeds, hundreds of seeds, into these seed flats, John gives me a tour of the garden plots. Later in the season, the seedlings Sage is starting will be growing here. And in a few minutes, I'll get to ask John some follow-up questions.
I was blessed with a really cool wild edible called pennycress, which is in the brassica family, and it looks like arugula, and it's spicy. It's mildly spicy, but it's delicious. And I plan on using that for part of Operation Groundswell, since it's already here and it works great. We get on here in these 2 beds. I have a bunch of really cold hardy winter spinach planted, because these it's most likely not going to be killed by these cold temperatures. I've had this variety of spinach survive in my garden uncovered with no intervention from me whatsoever, so that's really cool. This plot has never been tilled before, and I made this plot by laying down 12 inches of wood chips, and then I covered it with like 12 more inches of compost, and then I cover crop it and I let it rest for like 4 years. So now it has really deep, super fertile soil that's really well drained, and this is where we're going to put our low tunnel and to plant all the seedlings that we're currently working on. If you want to come check this out. So there's still a lot of crop residue and stuff in here that I'm going to be removing as soon as the weather allows and the soil dries up a little bit, but all of this is going to get converted into a fully functioning garden very soon.
So you're hoping to inspire people in town, like in Urbana and in Champaign?
Yep.
We got dirt, just like this dirt.
Exactly.
Even though it's next to a street.
Yeah.
We could grow food in our yard instead of a lawn, instead of flowers and trees.
Yeah.
We could grow food.
Yeah, absolutely. Flowers and trees are important too, but death to grass. We have a lot of public space, a lot of green space in our community that's currently being occupied by a lawn. Why not put it to good use and grow food to help feed our community? People in apartments can grow food too. You can grow food pretty much anywhere on a small scale, large scale, and every little bit helps.
What can I do to learn more?
Well, I've put together some really simple resources, or like simple startup guides that are currently on my website, greenislandgardens.weebly.com. We can put a link to to the video, and also there are a ton of resources online for helping people to get started growing food. Even if you don't have the time to grow food, but you have some resources to donate, that would be great. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be money. It could be a yard space. It could be any number of things. Some light fixtures. You know, you'll see once you start learning how to do this that you can connect a lot of dots and repurpose things in order to grow food.